so my favorite things to do at YC beyond, chatting with founders that were in the program was reading applications. And I love that. I think a lot of people didn't, but this is one of my favorite activities. And then startup school. So I was part of startup school for a while. And it wasn't my favorite moment in the moment, but looking back, it's just like this crazy thing that happened. So we were at demo day. Right now, startup school is like everyone, you just sign up and you do it. Back then, there was an application process because we were trying to put people in the group so that they could get mentored by other YC alum. And so you can't have an infinite number of startups doing startup school.
Let me interrupt you though. When you're talking about startup school, it was online at this point.
Yes,
because startup school comes up in almost every episode, and it's usually the original in-person event. So I just wanted to point out this is, they morphed into an online version.
This is like 2017, 2018, I think, right? Around 2017. Yeah. I know the story and I remember it vividly. Go on,
I remember it too. So, but not enough that I'm not excited to hear
it. And so we were in the middle of demo day, and I'm helping lots of founders out, and we're about to put this announcement out of like who got into startup school, the mentoring part of the session. And then all of a sudden, these emails go out, and what we realized is we told the people who didn't get in that they got in, and then the opposite for the people who got in. And so we were just like, oh no. And so for our first reaction was like, just apologize for it. It's like, oh, and then we just started realizing, oh no, okay, we've just like screwed a bunch of people over.
Like thousands. I remember it was thousands of people.
Yeah, startup school is this huge monster. A lot of people are involved with it, or signed up for it. And so it was middle of demo day, and just a lot of hectic things going on. And I think maybe it was Jared who basically was like, "Hey, why don't we just let everyone in the door?" And I sort of like, "Oh, because I'm the one I'm like the one running this thing. Jared's not running it. I got to deal with all this." I'm like, oh God, no, that's horrible. That's a horrible idea. But I think at the end of the day, when I thought through like, okay, what is the mission of startup school? What are we doing here? And that's to teach everyone in the world who wants to become an entrepreneur how to go through that process. And so I was like, okay, we'll figure it out and let's just let everyone in. And so that was the genesis of startup school, having basically no application process, and you could just like sign up and do it. And I think it was for the better. It was a little bit, we had to like restructure. At that point, Jeff was working on this I was working with Jeff on this, and we just had to restructure a lot of stuff, but we made it happen.
Talk about turning lemons into lemonade.